Hello to all you indie chasers, Steam card maximizers, and people who are going to vote me down because you hate saving money. The Steam summer sale is on, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time with a long lead up. We're going to get right into it. I have 20 odd games that are all 20% off or more. You will find a list of the games along with links in the description if you want to check that out now. So whether you are just looking to spend that last 10 or 15 stray dollars worth of credit, or whether you want to just buy as much as you possibly can, I think I will have something for you today. So let's get into it. We'll start with some of the games that I have reviewed this year, and of course I have to begin with one that has been very good to me personally, Nine Kings. Nine Kings is a lightweight roguelike strategy game. It's good for really quick 30 to 60 minute bursts of play, wonderful for you busy people, but also great to just sit there and pound away all day. These are the kind of games I personally love for their flexibility, and this one is a blast. It's been getting a lot of content updates. It's already amazing. It should get better over time, and it is right now 35% off. That brings it under $10. You are getting a lot for your $10 in this case, because this is one of those games you could play for hundreds of hours potentially. Next, we have End of the Sun. This is an adventure game based heavily on Slavic mythos. Now, this one is a little bit more expensive than the rest we're going to see today. It is about $17.50, but it is absolutely gobsmacking how good this game looks. The developers really had an eye for the authenticity here, and it may be worth it even if it is a little bit more. And really, all the other games we're going to look at today are going to be less than this. All the other games on this list are under $15. Most of them are under $10. But this one, even at $17.50, is worth a look. So please check it out. You might find it interesting. You might even learn something from this one. Now we're going to proceed to the criminally underrated section, the games that I cannot believe have not sold more copies, do not have more reviews. Please, remember, if you get one of these games, please remember to review it. It's not like with the AAA guys, every review counts, and that's especially true for Tempest Tower. Currently 35% off, less than $10. This is a tower defense game where you, the player, are in the world. It is something like a tower defense platformer action-adventure hybrid. It is just an absolute blast to play, very innovative, definitely worth checking out, definitely worth your time, definitely worth your $10. Next, we have Seafrog, which is a platformer skateboarding game hybrid with a PSX aesthetic. This one is 35% off, which brings it down to $11 and change. My mind is blown that Seafrog is not doing better. This is, bar none, one of the best games I have looked at this year. I guarantee you, if you have any passion at all for old school games, you will love this. If you like the more innovative nature of indies, you're going to love it too. This is definitely one of my strongest recommendations. Please check out Seafrog. I want to see this game get more reviews. Next up, we have a game which you may have heard of because it's been getting a fair amount of press lately, Dawnfolk. Now, Dawnfolk is not discounted as deeply as the other games on this list. It's only 20% off, but that still brings it to $12, and you are getting a lot for that $12. It's a city builder with strategy elements, a lot of focus on adjacency, and it's just a wonderful game. This thing sold very fast, despite it being a solo developed game and his first project, and if you look at this, you will absolutely see why. I guarantee you, if you have any interest at all in these kind of strategy, city builder type games, you will love this one. Check it out. Now we're going to move on to some 2025 releases that I have not reviewed yet. These are the kind of games that are in my shopping cart right now, and I have to start with Cryptical Path. Cryptical Path is described as a roguelike in reverse. Here, you are the architect. You are designing the dungeon, building it out according to what you want to explore. It is a third off. That is bringing it under $10. Really seems like it's well worth a look. I'm definitely going to be checking it out. It looks amazing. Next up is Die in the Dungeon. This one is 25% off, which again brings it a little bit under $10. This one I have gone hands-on with the demo. It is pretty neat. It is a dice builder. That's your sort of deck builder corollary. It has some neat kind of adjacency things with slots. It's pretty interesting. It's another lightweight game that you can kind of play as many or as few times as you want. Definitely worth another look. I will be looking at it myself. Next, we have GLUM. Now, GLUM is one of several games that is sort of a spiritual successor to the cult classic Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. Now, if you're not familiar with that game, Dark Messiah is a first-person game that is all about kicking. You can kick everything, and in GLUM, you can really kick everything. It is used as an offensive tool, as a mobility tool. It is just a zany, wacky-looking game, and it is 30% off. That is bringing it under $9. Very, very cheap to check this one out. We're now moving into some of my favorites from last year, and before we do that, I want to remind you, if you have a problem with the AAA industry, if you have a problem with the video game industry, if you feel that they're too greedy or that the games aren't good enough, the way that you change that is not to complain all the time, it's not to make whiny YouTube videos, it is to vote with your wallet. For the price of one AAA game, you could get 5, 6, 7 of these. You vote them up, you rate them, you talk about them, you make content about them, you make a difference, all right? And we're starting with a game that got a little bit of press last year, Arco. Now, Arco is something like a hybrid of a turn-based and real-time strategy game. The actions take place in real time, but you plan them turn to turn. The character's turn comes up, everything pauses. It is really neat, it has a fun setting, it has a pretty good character development system that has some versatility, and it is 35% off, bringing the price down to $13. Definitely worth checking out. I highly recommend this one if you're into TRPGs. Next up, we have Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore. You may have seen this while you were scrolling through things. This is indeed the game that, with the visual style, that is riffing off of the CDI Zelda games. And you may have been wondering, is it worth it? Or is it just a gimmick? Well, now is the time to figure it out, because this is 55% off. It is only $9. Really, if you're into Metroidvanias, if you're into video game history, especially weird history, this is one to look out. My opinion, not just a gimmick. Check it out. And now we are up to our steepest discount of the day, Ereban Shadow Legacy. This is a stealth action game, has a little bit of platforming, some kind of neat movement abilities, an interesting aesthetic. This game did not get nearly the attention it deserved, in my opinion, and now you have a chance to rectify that because it is 60% off, down to $10. Definitely worth checking out for $10. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I guarantee you it was significantly more, and it was worth it. Moving now into the retro corner, we have Isles of Sea and Sky. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this game. It is kind of a throwback to the old adventure puzzle games. It has some really great puzzles in it that make sense. They're skippable. It is just a wonderful merger of the old and the new, and it is half off, down to $10. If you missed this one and you are into any of those NES or Super NES style puzzle games, definitely check this one out. Now, I'm sure at least one of you has not played Shogun Showdown. Well, you're in luck. It is 40% off, down to $9. This was one of my favorites from last year. It was in my top 10. Honestly, I wish I would have put it higher. There is so much replay value. It is intuitive, but also challenging. There's a lot of room to develop characters. It's just a hell of a lot of fun. You know, it's definitely one of the better roguelike games I played recently. $9. Well worth $9. If somehow you are not familiar with this game, check it out now. Now on to Dream Tactics, which is 45% off, putting it just under $10. Now, there's a lot of things I could say about Dream Tactics, but I think the single most enticing thing I can say to a lot of you TRPG fans is this has maybe the best character development system I've seen in any game. A-tier, indie, doesn't matter. It is unbelievably robust. You have a wide variety of equipment types that massively change how these characters operate. You can move abilities from one character to another. There's just so much you can do with it, and you get a lot of scenarios, a lot of enemy types, a lot of fights where you can test out these broken combos you're developing. It's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of meat there, and it is well worth your $10. Turbo Kid. Turbo Kid is a game, I admit that a reason that I like it is because it is the most successful review I've ever done, but even so, it is a wonderful game. It is 30% off, down to $14. Now, the thing about Turbo Kid is, I don't even usually like Metroidvanias all that much. I find them kind of tedious. I was not bored playing Turbo Kid. It has a gigantic world, it has an interesting movement mechanic with the bike, a really great aesthetic. If you're not familiar, this is derived from a really wonderful kind of cult splatter film, really interesting. You might want to watch that too before you play Turbo Kid, but even if you're not familiar with the movie, you're still going to love the game. There is just so much there, so much done well. You are going to love it. It is only $14. Please check it out, fan or not. Next is a game I almost don't want to mention because when I did the review, people got upset with me for liking it, but I do like it. It's amazing fun. What the Car. Now, this is a little bit hard to describe. It's not quite a racing game, even though it's vehicles. It's a little bit racing. It's a little bit platformer. There's some kind of physics stuff in it, but mostly it's just wild. It's just a lot of fun. It's a blast. There's a lot of kind of visual madness here, a lot of jokey stuff, and it is just pure fun. Like, this is a game that I continued to play long after I was done with the review because there was just so much to do, so many levels to check out, so many really interesting gimmicks. And right now it is half off. It is only $10. Please take a look at this one. Even if you're not normally into games that look like this, you might want to check it out anyway. $10, you're not going to lose much. Dawnmaker, a game in a trend of non-violent strategy games, is currently a third off, under $10. This is another one that I kept playing long after I was done with the review because there's just so much to do in it. It's very simple at heart. It's based on adjacency, but there's a couple different characters, different strategies you have to pursue that have different levels of difficulty. There's just so much to do here. I really enjoyed this one. I think you will like it too. If you are into strategy games and you want something a little bit different than the norm, Dawnmaker might be for you. Declines Drops. Now, if this one stood out for you, it was probably for its visuals, which are very much derived from Yoshi's Island, one of my favorite platformers of all time, a gorgeous game, but let's not overlook, it is also fun to play. Declines Drops is a platformer fighter. There are a lot of different types of levels, a lot of level gimmicks. There's just a huge amount of variety in this game, a lot of variety in the combat and the enemy types, and I think you will really enjoy it, but even if you're not sure, it is 40% off. That makes it $11 and change. At that price, you're really not going to lose much if you play it and you don't like it, but I think you're going to like it. I think you are going to find this game every bit as charming as I do. Now we're getting into the cozy corner, into the casual corner, and I have to mention one of last year's more inexplicable hits, Rusty's Retirement. If somehow you managed to miss this, it is an idler that sits on the bottom third of your screen, or on the side if you prefer. If you don't want the bottom covered, you can put it on the side. Even if you are not into idlers, this is worth checking out just because this is the first game you can play while you are playing another game, and that is legit. I actually did this. Check out the review if you don't believe me. But this is incredibly cheap. It is down a third. That makes it under $5. There is a rush of games based on this coming out. I'm even going to be looking at one or two of them coming up in the next few months, so you might want to check out the OG while it is so cheap. Even if you are not into idlers, and I understand that, please take a look at this. At $5, you are not going to lose much. Then we have Oddada, which is a very unusual music creation game. Not really a game, it's a music creation toy. You're given a series of what are essentially digital toys, and you use them to make music. This thing really kind of fascinated me. I'm not usually into these more or less music synthesizer sequencer type of programs, but Oddada just has such a charming presentation. It is beautiful, it is whimsical, and the music it creates actually sounds really good. Now, this one isn't marked down by a lot. It's only 20% off, but it was cheap to begin with. It's only $8. And at $8, this is something you can check out. It's a great palate cleanser after you've done something a lot more hardcore. And finally, we saw the second game in the Duck Detective series, Ghost of Glamping, this year. That one is on sale, but I want to highlight the first game, The Secret Salami. This is 30% off. It is down to $7. It is a very short game, but at $7, that's fine. It's very charming. It's got some good humor going on. It's another great palate cleanser. You know, sometimes you don't want to go into something really heavy. Sometimes you don't want to do really serious strategy or first person or whatever. You just want something that's a little fun, that's a little light. It'll take you about 2 hours to finish. I guarantee you will enjoy this. If you have any passion at all for old school adventure games, you will enjoy this one. And that's all she wrote. Now, if anyone wants to share your favorite bargains, please put them down in the comments. I'm always loving to see more of these. I want to find if there's any, especially games from this year that are very cheap that I might have missed. You'll be helping me out. You'll be helping your fellow commentators, your fellow viewers out, and we will all appreciate that. But until next time, take care.